out again. It's not raining, at least for now, but who knows. I want to test something today. I've taken off the GoPro 8, which is what, 120 grams, 110 grams, something like that. I've taken off the TPU mount, which is another 35 grams, I believe. And instead I replaced it with a Insta360 GO, which is 20 grams. Because I'm tired of everything I do in the simulator is progress. I'm getting better at everything, but I cannot translate it to real life. So last night I had this thought that, well, it could actually be the weight. I do have some 6S motors and 6S batteries coming, and that's gonna help for sure. But at the same time, it's just, it annoys me so much, so hard. So I want to test something today. I want to try these two trees and just do some backflips through them, and you know, just do some stuff because I can do that in the sim very easily. So let's try, and I hope I don't lose the quad out here, but you never know. So that was pretty interesting. So it turns out weight is a factor. I knew that, but I didn't know that it was actually going to be a hindrance in terms of trying to do some of the stuff I did in the simulator in real life. But yeah, I'm definitely going to look forward to my 6S motors and 6S batteries, and hopefully be able to put a GoPro on, because I'm excited to see the footage, but it's not going to be GoPro, you know. The other thing I wanted to do with this video was compare the DJI onboard recording footage with the Insta360 GO, because as you guys know, the Session 5 is what everybody uses, but nobody can buy it anymore. So I'm guessing those using it are very scared of crashing, because they're not going to get a new one. Insta360. Yeah, I'm gonna do this as brief as I can. I wanted to test this out in comparison with the DJI onboard, but the DJI onboard is not working again. It's cutting out midair again. It worked for so long, and all of a sudden it doesn't work. There's no reason why. I don't know why. So for that reason, this one wins, because it actually films everything, and I'll try to do a comparison later. Should you get this camera? Oh my god, that's a hard question. There are three categories, I would say. There's racers, there's Cinewhoops, and there's acro freestyle. Cinewhoops, yes, it's a good camera. For the weight, it cannot be beat. The stabilization is just fantastic. For racers, I think this would be a very, very good camera, because it's 20 grams, and with the stabilizing on, that makes a lot of sense. For acro freestyle, I'm not so sure. It films good for its size. It's pretty expensive though. You can get a lot of stuff that only weighs like, let's say 20-25 grams more, which is still low weight. That would probably both work as good as this and also be easier to work with. The only feature this has that is like a big bonus, apart from the weight, is the stabilizing feature. But that is not it's not very well thought out from them. So let me explain why. When you turn on the camera in this orientation, it's supposed to film from this orientation. If you turn it like that or like that, it's going to film from that orientation. But that doesn't work always, and you don't get a live preview, so you don't know until you get home. So I got home today, I had turned the camera on in this position, and one of the movies was in this position. So it seems like you just flip the movie, right? But you can't just flip the movie. On the phone, what you do with this camera is you put it in the dock like this, and then on the back here you have an iPhone plug. Plug it in, reads all the movies. Now in the phone's app, it showed the movies having the correct orientation. When I just pulled it out of the phone, put it to the computer. When I put it on the computer, it showed that one of the movies was filmed like this and the other one was filmed like that. But I only found out after I exported everything, because what you have to do with this camera, if you want to use it, is you have to export twice per movie. So you want a roll where everything is stabilized, and you want one where everything is unstabilized. And the reason for this is that the stabilizer will work like that in this orientation because it's horizon locking, so this will look absolutely natural. If you flip over, it's going to get a little weird. If you begin doing barrel rolls or just rolls, it won't show them. It will just look straight ahead, which is kind of the magic with this camera. But at the same time, if you want to do a good freestyle video, you want the rolls in there, right? So what you can do is you can take the two timelines. One is stabilized footage and one is unstabilized, run them parallel. And the second you want to do a roll, you cut to the unstabilized footage and then you go back to the other one. Or so you might think. But that's not always the case, because what happens is when it's in the stabilized mode and you begin doing a roll, actually a little bit before you do the roll, sometimes it warps the picture and the propellers come in view or the motor comes in view. It does this funky kind of thing, which means that you have to do your cut in specific spots that might not be optimal, because otherwise you're suddenly going to see a propeller and then you're cutting to the unstabilized and the propeller's gone. The other thing is the app on the phone is quite good. When you're messing with the stabilized footage, you can actually put your finger on the phone, you can look around in the picture and you can make keyframes and animate those things. You can even film straight ahead and then you can do an infinite barrel roll and it just keeps on going. So you can actually cheat a lot with this and you can then export that. If you do this on the computer, if you pull the files on the computer, you can't do anything. The only thing you can do is you can export it stabilized or unstabilized. You cannot edit it at all. And the big problem is that since there's a difference between the computer app and the phone app, what I had to do to get my footage out today was I had to hook this up to the box here. Let's see, like that, put it in the phone, choose the video, export a stabilized version onto my phone's local memory, then export a unstabilized version onto my phone's memory, then take those two files, upload them to Google Drive, and then download them from Google Drive onto my computer, and now I can use them. And even then, when I'm going to edit it, I might have some difficulties there. So it's a good camera. It's a really good camera. It does save a ton of weight. I'm not sure it's the right camera for freestyle. If Cinewhoop and racing, yep, this might be a thing, but for everything else, I don't know. The audio in it is, it's okay. It's actually better than I expected, but it's not usable in the sense that I wouldn't do what I'm doing with the GoPro now on this. That would be horrible. But having that much weight removed from the quad was insane. I really felt like I was in control, and it was a windy day out there. It's still windy outside. It was blowing and the trees were going like, you know, I couldn't feel it. I really felt comfortable with it. So I don't know what to tell you, but now you have some more info to go with it. So hope you enjoyed the video and see you next time.